I'm Bob Goldman, originally from the Boston area. When I was 4 years old, we moved from Dorchester, which was a part of Boston, into Milton, which was like the first suburb outside of Boston. And I did all my schooling in Milton. It was a nice little town. It's probably very different today. I haven't been back there since just before I moved to North Carolina. I took one last ride through, went by my old house where I grew up and some old friends' houses. And town has changed a lot, which you'd expect after 40, 50 years, but it was a nice town to grow up in. I moved to Waterford in the fall of 2021. Started coming down, visiting my friend Mark. Some of you may know him. He lives in Magnolia Greens. And we started coming down to visit him in 2015. And eventually it was once or sometimes twice a year. And I liked it when we first came down here. I thought the area was really nice, and Wilmington was really a cool area. Had a lot of nice beaches and nice restaurants, etc. So we found a lot in Waterford in 2018 that we bought, and we sat on it for a little while. Built the house in 2020 and moved in 2021. I think Waterford has some really nice people, and I've made a lot of new friends here. And I'm amazed at how many acquaintances and people that I see in stores, or I was out playing golf the other day and I ran into people. And I just made a lot of new friends here, and I think the views here are fabulous. The sunrises and the sunsets, which I love to take pictures of, I think are absolutely amazing here. And I love being near the beach, and that was another thing that attracted me to this area. I started taking photos here in Waterford on my morning walks. I walk 2-3 miles every morning, and I'm an early riser, and so I could be out at before sunrise or around sunrise, and I would just be so inspired by the colors and the viewpoints that I would get. I would start to take pictures and put them on Nextdoor, Facebook for people that know me on Facebook. And then I got contacted by Randy Upham from the Waterways magazine, and she wanted to start using some of my pictures. They used them, I submitted some, and then they asked me to be a contributing photographer, which has really been quite an honor. And I enjoy sharing my pictures and seeing them in the bi-monthly publications there. I just find the colors here are just amazing. I don't know if that's because we're near the ocean, but I get very inspired when I see out my backyard there by the canal, either a sunrise to my left or a sunset to my right. And again, walking around in the mornings, I just find some just beautiful shots there, and I just keep taking them. Many of you know that I play in a band. We play in the Papa Midnight Band, and we have a nice little fan base here in Waterford, which we greatly appreciate. My musical history goes back to when I was very young. I started taking piano lessons when I was about 8 years old. I played piano for a little bit, and then I moved on to clarinet. I played that for about a year, year and a half, and then I was supposed to move on to the saxophone, and my clarinet teacher, I remember, thought I was going to be a great sax player. And February of 1964, I saw the Beatles on TV, and I thought Ringo up on that drum riser was just the absolute coolest thing I ever saw. And I had seen drummers, and I had seen people. My father listened to jazz and Dave Brubeck and things like that, but that Ringo up on those drums just really did it for me, and I started taking drum lessons. I played clarinet for about another year in the high school band, and then I just thought it was too square, and I just started playing drums, and I've been playing drums ever since. And I play in a band down here. We play out 2 to 3 times a month on the average. Have a lot of fun, and as long as I can physically and mentally play, I'm going to continue to play. I always joke around about dragging my drums and setting them up and loading them in the car and unloading them is the biggest disadvantage to it. And people always joke you should have played the flute or played a simple instrument, but once I'm behind the drums, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. Lugging them, I know where I am in my age here, but I just really enjoy playing, and I'm going to play as long as I can. One thing that people don't know about me is I also like to cook. I grill sometimes 2-3 times a week, and I'm always amazed that there's so many people I see that have grills out along the canal, and I never see anybody grilling. And I have a big green egg, which I use quite a bit, and I have a Weber grill. We use that a lot too, but I love to cook, I love to grill, and just like to experiment with different recipes. And Karen and I always like to come up with different meals, and sometimes I always say, why should we go out to eat when we can do this at home? But I still like to go out to eat, and there's a lot of good restaurants around here which we really enjoy as well.